don't forget to subscribe!
Sorry, I'm busy.
My ship ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives.
Interesting. Sorry, I'm busy.
Interesting. Interesting.
This sort of formal decor might impress Boston high society, but not me. One of the weapons is missing. The apartment has changed since my last visit. Mr. Adams?
No, this can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Sir, listen to me. It's all right. Calm down. You're safe and you did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
I need you to answer a few questions for me.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please. Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
What do you mean by acting tough?
More than once I overheard them talking to Mr. Moore, like they were his boss. The world upside down.
They worked for us, just like your dear Mr. Moore.
I hope they won't find another job anytime soon.
Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor, but he didn't answer. I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those 2 goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. A newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No. He was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff. And is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there pretty often. She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country. She has family there.
I imagine the girl left with her mother?
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing. Thank heaven she wasn't here.
Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
And we need to find out who's messing with us. That's what we're here for. You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
Huh. You managed to calm him down. I thought that would be impossible.
Yes, and he was able to answer a few questions. Somebody slept here.
Oh, what a mess.
Looks like Lydia's planner.
Did you find anything?
Nothing, Lieutenant.
Lydia's life seems to revolve around June and her home in Costa Rica, with Jason often absent.
Why is the FBI interested in more?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
When I knew him, he took better care of himself. What's going on with him? There are bloody prints on these bags. Ugh, what a stench. Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. There's a retainer here somewhere. The mayor's deeds. The mayor's deeds. Deeds, stock portfolios, Moore doesn't just manage the Camarilla's business. A Boston manufacturer's files. Portfolios of old shares.
Son of a bitch wasn't messing around. Have you seen all that cash?
This is where I met Moore for the first time. A souvenir from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Human logic is beyond me. What's the point in doing that? Nice collection. Working for us has its advantages. Lydia and June at the beach.
I should put some money on that.
It was my greatest pleasure before. Now everything tastes like ashes.
Officer Baker, can I help you?
Were you the first person to arrive at the scene of the crime?
Yes, sir. My partner and I were the first to get here.
Just tell me about it.
We got the call around 2:20. The caretaker had called because a resident was injured. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. The poor guy was in a panic. He told us he'd seen one of the tenants, Jason Moore, enter the building, and he looked hurt. He was being held up by his 2 bodyguards, and he was bleeding a lot. So I went upstairs with the caretaker. We saw blood in the elevator and on the landing. I rang the doorbell, but nobody answered, so the caretaker opened the door. I identified myself. There were traces of blood leading down the hall away from the entrance, and just after that, I found the decapitated body.
Then what did you do?
I called for backup. They told me that forensics would get here as soon as they could. They were out at another case. That was their top priority.
After that?
I secured the entrance to the apartment.
Were you able to find the bodyguards?
No, there was nobody here. But they must be somewhere. We're looking. After that, I searched the ground floor. There was nobody around. But from the looks of things, somebody searched the apartment. When Sergeant Lehane got here, she took care of upstairs. It's a good thing, too, because it took everyone else another 15 minutes to get here. She didn't find anyone there.
So there's no sign of the family then?
Nothing. The place is empty.
If you remember anything else, let me know.
Of course.
Live stock prices. I had fun for a while too, at first. An auction. Acquisition of Lot 87. Dejan Siaka. A trumpet belonging to Don Ellis. Dejan, are you making plans in case things go south? Or are you planning to leave us? I understand better now. The prince asked more for a complete report on the members of the Primogen. Nobody told me there would be a retainer here. The ghoul who was searching here was looking for something specific. Ugh, what a mess. A fortress security catalog. They install highly secure rooms. Fortress security. What are you playing at?
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Don't mess with me. Who are you?
Calm down, Mr. Bazori. I meant no disrespect. I work for the council.
Why would the council have sent her without warning me?
Most of the time, they send me to clean up.
Are you behind this?
No, I got here after it happened.
What's that file you've got?
Oh, an account file. Have it. Here you go.
Okay. Let's see how much she knows. All right. What have you found?
Oh, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not really allowed to talk about my missions.
Give her a chance to explain. Think very carefully about what you're going to say, Lane. I'll ask you one more time. What are you doing here?
You're putting me in an awkward position.
Do you really want to die today?
Sir, I'm just obeying orders. If I have to die for my mission, so be it.
I've rarely seen such a stubborn kind.
I'm not just a blood pouch.
I don't know what's going on, but I really don't have time to lose.
What do
You can be sure I'll report this to both the Council and the Prince.
No, please. I don't have a choice. I beg you. I'm only following orders. If you complain about me, I'm done for. Promise me you won't tell anyone about it. Please. I've always been a loyal servant of the Council. I'm risking my life.
You're right.
I really don't want to.
So be it. This will be our secret. Fine. If we've both got to be here, we might as well work together.
Well, I've already searched the wife's office. Nothing. Then I went through his office. It looks like someone has already cleaned it up. I didn't find anything. I'm working on the bookshelf in this hallway, and I found something here.
What?
A file on the domain's finances the Council would rather not see end up in the police's hands.
Give it to me. I must return to the court tonight.
There's no need, sir. I have to destroy them.
Quit stalling, Lehane. Give me the files.
Yes. Yes. Here. That's everything.
You made the right choice. Tell me exactly what they asked you to do.
I got a message at 2:20 telling me to go to this address. I was supposed to pick up more and some financial documents. After that, I was supposed to wait for further instructions.
Well?
I hope I'm not going to have any trouble.
Do what you have to do. I'll talk to the prince about it later.
Very well, Mr. Bazori. Interesting.
My sire always said that at a prince's court, like in a game of chess, you must know when to sacrifice your pawns.
There.
Did you find anything?
We're waiting for the forensics.
June's whole life in pictures. Jason and June, probably on a beach in Costa Rica. June dressed up for Halloween. The diary of an 8-year-old girl, June, Jason's daughter.
Oh?
bathroom with a shower and a tub. June's father spoils her.
You must be Smith.
Yes.
Rickman.
Have you found anything?
Not yet. This is the girl's room. There's no sign of her. I guess that's a good thing.
I'm going to take a look around. Let me know if you find anything.
Okay, Smith.
Beryl, will you ever change? Someone tossed a bunch of stuff in this bag, in a hurry to leave. I've never been in this part of the apartment before. A cell phone. Locked, of course. Poems in Lydia's mother tongue. It must have been used to dress a wound. Bottle of disinfectant, obviously handled by someone who was bleeding. The concept of a laundry basket seems too abstract for some people. A drafting table. That must be Lydia's desk. The blueprints of a house on the west coast of Costa Rica. Pura Vida Extension Project.
Mom! Dad gave me a phone this morning for the first day of school. He surprised me, and I'm coming to see you tonight. Don't tell Abuelita, it'll be a surprise to her. And Dad's coming too. I can't wait to get there. XOXOXOXO.
Damn it, Lydia. I can't do it without you. If you could just see June. I can't tell anyone. I'm not gonna make it. I'm sorry. I apologize for everything. I should have left. The three of us should have gone. Stayed at Pura Vida the way you wanted. I'm so sorry for what they did to you. I'll always love you, Lydia. Forgive me. Forgive me. June in Costa Rica.